What's up everyone, welcome back. In today's video we are going to be talking about this absolutely beautiful plant. This is a plant called as Alternanthera. I'm not very sure about the exact ID because there are different varieties of Alternanthera, but this one is the red one. The leaves don't grow very huge. It's more like a small shrub plant. Now I did not purchase this plant, but probably when I had purchased some other plants from a seller, probably there was a small little stem that could have ended up in the soil, because when the seller had sent me the plant, they had sent it with soil, so probably there was a piece of this plant that stayed in that soil, and as and when I was watering and giving care for the other plant, this plant also started to grow. Initially I thought it is probably a weed, but it looked more on the red color. Remember, I have made a shorts video on it. That time it was very small. I'll probably put it up on the screen, you'll be able to see. But initially it was even more green, but now the plant is slowly starting to grow, and unfortunately my coleus that was present in this pot happened to die. Probably this plant was taking up all the energy and that coleus happened to die. Nevertheless, this plant is doing extremely well. Now this plant has been in that same pot. I haven't repotted it, but it is growing really well, and you can already see it is asking for a repot because there are a lot of new roots coming out from the drain hole. That indicates that the pot is full with roots. So I will do a repotting some other day. Let's talk about the light. They prefer a lot of light. The more light or the more direct sunlight you are going to offer, the more red the leaves will get. If you're going to keep it an indirect bright light or an indirect light, the leaves will start to get green in color. So this plant can be grown in indirect light as well as in direct morning sunlight. Morning sunlight for around 5 to 6 hours, and then you're going to get this beautiful red color. So basically, if you divide this plant into two, if you keep one plant in sun, direct sun, you will get the red color, and if you keep the other part in indirect light, you will have the green color. So you can have red and green. That is the best thing about this plant. Very low maintenance. You have to ensure that the soil is loose, porous and well draining. I have used a mix of coco peat, garden soil and sand because that is what the coleus was growing in, and this voluntarily started to grow next to it. Talking about watering, they are not drought tolerant. They require slight amount of moisture in the soil. I have seen that if I don't water it 2 days or 3 days in a line, the leaves start to shrink and it looks like it is getting dried up. So ensure you're maintaining slight amount of moisture in the soil. Fertilizers, I haven't used any fertilizers. They don't seem to be very heavy feeding plants, but you can add fertilizers once a month. This plant is a perennial. I have seen it doing quite well during the winters, summers, and now it's the monsoon season. So it's a perennial plant, and I'm sure that this plant is also used in landscapes because it tends to give this very beautiful, strong red color. So if you can find this plant, of course it will be available online. You can try getting it. I will start to propagate this because these can be easily propagated via stem cuttings. I have a lot of stems, so I can cut and increase their number. It's very easy to propagate. You can do a stem cutting, put it in water, or you can directly put it in soil. They will root, but in water, once you notice that they have roots, then transfer it into the soil. That is going to work out really well. Overall, it's an absolutely stunning plant. If you have a balcony, this is going to work fantastic. Whether you receive direct sunlight or not, this plant is still going to do quite well. Of course, there is going to be a difference in color, but the plant is going to do well either ways, whether it gets direct sunlight or not. So that's it for today, guys. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep planting.